darling. So we just outside at the park. I just got my hair retwisted up. So I'm outside in nature. Figured I'd come out and see if anybody wants any type of guidance while I'm sitting here, while I got the time, while I'm outside. Messages are so much better when we're outside. I'm just, smoking right now. So that's why the camera's the other way. When I'm done, I'll turn it around. But, how's everybody doing? How was y'all's weekend? How is your day going so far? Anybody have any questions that they need answered? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Come on, guys. Just say hi. Say what up. Say me. You want to talk to a loved one. You want a brief mediumship message. You want an energy read. Whatever you need, I'm here. I'm just sitting outside. Either way, I'd be on my phone. So I figured I'd come on and do a little live and see if you guys need anything. So when I'm done with my sig, I'll turn my thing around and we can get to it. But go ahead. Whatever it is you guys need, want to say, whatever, I'm here. I just saw 1, 2, 3. Some of you guys, I see a lot of numbers like that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. This telling you of a progression that's occurring. Okay. Just taking in the nature. Y'all listen to the birds and the wind and all the stuff. Let's see. Should I pull a couple cards? I got my Crow Tarot because it only makes sense. We outside, right? Oh my gosh, there's like so much good stuff going on or about to go on in the collective, the spiritual community. So that's really all I'd be talking about, right? Because the spiritualists. One thing I learned about spirituality is that it's very, very healing. You can't help but heal to be a spiritual being. And it's a conscious choice. It is a choice that we make. Like I say, we don't have the choice to go on these spiritual awakenings, right? These things just kind of happen. It's kind of like a divine setup for us, right? Where we're forced into a new energy. But at the same time, choosing to actually undertake that new way of life is a choice that spiritual beings have to make every day. And I'm doing something right now. And that's what spiritual beings need to remember. And that's why sometimes it's so hard for us because, we spend our days, hoping for better, right? Praying for better and just wanting better. We put in the action that we need to. Go play, please. We're literally outside at the park. Go play, please. So, you guys, these are choices that we make. Us living a spiritual life is definitely a choice. It's a choice. We choose it every day, that we choose to see the higher side of whatever situation. We choose it every day that we, know there's negative energy and choose not to participate. We choose it every day when we take out our ego, right? Because our ego and our pride is, oftentimes what blinds us to what's really best for us. So we got to choose a lot, right? And that's the thing with spirituality too, is the power of choice. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of people just live their lives, don't realizing that they're choosing things, knowingly or unknowingly. I'm just saying. A spiritual, being, their way of life is, everything is a choice. Everything is a calling. Everything, is guided by, right? And that's why it's so good to get in so good with your ancestors and your spirit team, because it's like, then without a doubt, every choice you're making is a divine choice, right? That's what being guided is. So yeah, spiritual beings, it's different, it takes some getting used to, the first year or so of your spiritual journey is the toughest. It is, it will be. There'll be many times where you're like, F this. you know, because spiritual life is a life of solitude. A spiritual life is a life of, you know, quiet. A spiritual life is a life of giving up, okay? The things that aren't necessary for us to find fulfillment. And it's because, you know, a spiritualist, a hermit, they usually spend their time, you know, finding out all there is to know about themselves, right? And these types of people want to find out everything there is to know about themselves because they know that they play a greater role in the world. And, you know, if one person is going through something, then, you know, this person knows that. You know, there's just some type of innate wisdom that spiritual beings have to know that they are needed in spaces, right? Because they are different. And it's so weird that a lot of times it's oftentimes these spiritual beings go through the most. They go through the most, but they're quiet. They're the quiet type, right? They just choose to focus on the better part of life, right? I feel like, you know, spiritual beings, they just know, they just see the world, right? And they know that there could be better. And I feel like a true spiritual being that's coming here to make changes understands that that's what it's about, right? It's about that. It's about tapping into that, finding out everything there is to know about yourself. Literally everything. That's what a hermit does. A hermit has to go through the most. A hermit don't have an easy life. Just because it's a life of seclusion, that's by choice as well. Because you see, when you have so much knowledge, right, seclusion helps you. Because Five of Wands is that, you know, mental, or well, I want to say that just that battling with yourself. And when you live a life like you know, like the spiritualists live, you really don't battle with nobody. Who are you battling with? Right? So it's just an easier way of living, okay? It really is. So for those of you guys who are going through it and it's still new to you and you're like, damn, like, is this ever going to change? Is this ever going to get better? Is this ever going to get any easier? Am I ever not going to be dealing with spell work? Yeah, you will. You will surpass all that. But again, these are rites of passage, right? Because we see what people do on the 3D realm. We live it. We experience it every day. We see people, right? We can see people with our natural physical eyes. We see that. So when we tap into our spirituality, why is it weird that we see spiritual things, right? What's funny to me is the other day too, I had an epiphany moment. And, you know, I was like, damn, like I said the other day about that whole milk thing and how a lot of people's third eyes aren't open and how they're calcified, they say. That's what they call a closed third eye, a third eye that's never been used, that isn't open, right? It's calcified. And, okay, so let's talk about it. They say when babies are born, they're the closest thing to spirit, right? Okay. So if that's the case, right, that's why a lot of babies are tapped in. Like a lot of these spiritual practitioners or spiritual beings out there, this is what gave you the confirmation that you were on the right path because your babies were telling you things, giving you messages, right? Come get that. You ready? Sorry, hold on. Are you ready? Is he ready? Oh, huh? It's right here. Right here. It's right here. It's right here.
I got your pie.
Kaylani, get the water, please.
I got your pie. Don't let her touch this.
Go get. He's over there, Kaylani. Go give him his water.
Let my shoe on first.
She's coming.
Coming.
Go that way. Yeah, so with the whole milk thing, we got to give babies our babies milk at 1. And it's like they want us to give our babies whole milk, right? And, whole milk has a lot of stuff in it. But for me, I gave my kids, I didn't give my babies whole milk because after formula, my babies, first off, go ahead and give him the water, please. Okay. He wants his.
My ball.
Kaylani, go over this. Where are you going? Kaylin, get over here, please. None of my babies could drink regular formula either. They couldn't have lactose in their formula. And, hey, they couldn't do it. Something about it that just didn't agree with them, right? But anyways, and so when I was getting them off of formula onto the milk, that was my next worry. It was like, damn, well, if they couldn't have regular formula, how are they going to drink regular milk, right? Okay, so I just I did the 1% for them. It seemed healthier, right? So that's that. But anyways, when you think about children at the age of 1 and they're getting these, how much milk are we supposed to drink a day? 8 ounces or whatever milk. Calcium. Need all this calcium, right? But think about if babies come out being the closest thing to spirit, right? They're not on milk. You get it? You get what I'm saying here? They're not on milk. So I get the whole breastfeeding thing. I get that as being the most normal and natural way. But hey, I tried that too. And not everybody can do that. You understand? Everybody's different. Don't work for everybody. Don't make you with throwing that. Yeah. So if you can't have or never have tried, you don't have a right to judge. That's all I'm going to say. So, anything else? Let me see. Yeah, 1 year old. Okay, the milk. So then you got to think 1 is when this starts, but they're drinking it. In schools, they're giving you milk. At home, you get milk for breakfast. You get milk, you just milk. And if you think about this, come here. My kids don't drink that much milk at home. Like they drink milk and cereal or whatever. My kids aren't not walking around drinking cups of milk, right? But even beside that, just think about how much they're taking in of this calcium, right? And if that's the case, that's why our third eyes are calcified. So this is why come here, please. This is why we are grown and we are just now seeing. Call it what you want. This is what I believe. I truly believe this, and it only makes sense. It only can make sense. How can you do something without, people knowing? The knowledge is here now. So, just think about that. Just really think about that. Something that they said was, yes, it is healthy for us. I'm not saying that, but it's also doing things that block our innate God-given abilities. A lot of people say, that's another thing I want to talk about, oh, your third eye is open, you're demonic. How is that possible? Those who have ears will hear. Those who have sight will see. Those with eyes will see, right? Isn't that not in the Bible? People just be throwing out stuff because they think they know what they're talking about, and then they end up looking like fools. Like, no, we all have God-given abilities and talents. It's on us to find out what those are. That's on us. We can't be mad at nobody else because they're taking a look into themselves to find out their God-given gifts and abilities. So this is why it's so weird. People, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear. Yeah, so it's kind of a lot like that. Wait, where you going? Oh, I gotta get up and walk, is what it seems like. But yeah, so just a little thought, help me figure it out. That's what I'm saying. It took a lot for me to open up my third eye, and it was something that, maybe my whole life I had known, I had some psychic type stuff, but I didn't really get into the third eye and all this stuff until I got into spirituality. And I'm like, damn, I'm not seeing things clearly. Why not? And it's like, you really got to work on opening that eye. You got to think 30 years of it being calcified, 30 years of us, however old you are, but for me, us not using that. That's like anything. You lay down for a long time, your body's going to start to feel weird. Like you don't use something, it's going to break down. You don't know it exists. You can't focus on it. You can't embrace it. So I think, for chosen beings, a lot of things have been strategic. And in certain ways, I feel like a lot of people knew these things. But just kind of hope that we never would. I just tissue. Melts out my kids. You know, I gotta always have some tissue. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just what I'm seeing, what I'm getting. There's a lot of stuff that just makes me question stuff, you know, like things that we've been taught and what's true, what's not true, you know. So I don't know. I choose to go more so with what I believe in and what feels right for me at this point when it comes to my life and my kids, you know. Like, you know, what do you call those things? Vaccinations and stuff. I don't like them. I don't feel like there is, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. You know, every vaccination that my children do get, I look into. I read about, you know. I have turned down certain ones because I don't think, you know, I don't know. I think that sometimes it's a little much, you know. Sometimes it is a little much. But I know it's all for the well-being and the safety and just being, you know, protected. But that's another thing too that I was thinking about earlier. It's like, damn, if we are like naturally born to regenerate ourselves, what is the point of all of these things that they push us to take and have? Like if we have the power, I'm trying to tell you, I know I do. Shoot, we have the power to tap into holistic medicine. Then it's like a lot of these things, but again, it's all about the money, right? That's why there's so much knowledge and every these things that they're pushing, people did things holistically, right? I mean, people lived a longer time back then, I'm just saying, than they do now, with less of the drugs, just saying. So, that's what I do see, you know? If you have any questions, you can leave them. I can't see them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Conspiracy theories. I will talk about those one day. One day we'll talk about those. I got many, but that whole experiment thing, huh, guys? That's crazy. It only makes sense, though, after a while, how you can, like, go through so much of the same stuff for so long, and it's like, okay, now y'all are just being weird. Like, now it's just some type of weird obsession that people have with knowing that this is happening. Like it's some type of TV show or, you know, satire. Fucking, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But for so long, I didn't understand, too, like, why I had to keep talking about the shit. You know? Why do I gotta keep talking about it? Why do I keep talking about it? But, you know, like I said, when you go through your spiritual journey, a lot of times as you're walking it, you know, and I say visions of the past that are the reason why you started it. But you didn't know then, but you know now. You know? So, it is crazy, but there was like just a lot of things I just never knew. And how do you deal with all the opposition? I mean, you just got to know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know. There's always somebody that's not going to like what you do. But they will learn their lesson too when they realize that they can't change who you are, what you believe in, what you love, what your calling is, why you're on this earth. I don't know why people think they have that say. It sounds kind of crazy when you say it like that, right? How people think that they're just going to look at somebody's birth chart and they really, really think that they're just doing a little something, just taking a peek, but don't realize that they're also playing with something they shouldn't be playing with. Because I'll tell you, as like a true high priestess, who I don't need to look anything up, a true one who can have never really like given birth chart readings, but I'm trying to tell you, I could give you one right now. I don't need to look into you, like, to be able to tell you what's destined for you. See, a lot of these readers have to do certain things, play with certain energies, use certain magic. I don't got to do none of that. So when people do this, and I see the Wheel of Fortune all the time in reverse when I do my cards for myself, I know that ain't my energy. Because when I see the Wheel of Fortune, I automatically think of a birth chart. I automatically think of destiny, fate, readings, time, people playing with time. Can't do that, or trying to play with your time. Mm. It's crazy. They just take this stuff so lightly. They take it so lightly, but it has lasting. It has lasting. Like, think about it. You want something for yourself, and you don't care who is inconvenienced by it. You just want what you want because you want it right now. That's how these people are. They're playing your bird shots. You try to swap out destinies and shit. It's crazy. Or like some of y'all like have, like for me, right? I had a family member. I'm a Leo, and I say that all the time. But I had a family member who was a Pisces, and y'all know I talk about my Pisces North Node. So when I'm on, who needs it? You want it? Oh, I just lost my thought. Let me see. So yeah, I don't know. It's just not cool. Oh yeah, Pisces. Yeah, I'm a Pisces North Node. So that's why I'm saying it's so hard. I come up with so many cards in the tarot. Yeah, sorry. I come up as so many things in the tarot. I come up as the High Priestess. I come up as the Hangman reverse. I come up as the Queen of Cups. I come up as the Chariot. I come up as the Sun. I come up as Temperance, like the Hierophant. I come up as so many different things in tarot, and that's why it's hard to kind of find out who I am in tarot. I love how God be protecting us. You know, I really, really do. No, that's not ours. Get away from there. That's disgusting. Kaylin, no. So, yeah, I don't know. You will not always find a person by their sun sign. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, my aunt she's a Pisces. I think sun sign. I'm a Pisces North Node. So that was how a lot of it started for me. With the that's how a lot of it started for me. Only because, man, what are you doing? Go that way, please. Now. Get over here. You lost the ball. I'll get it and I'll throw it to you. Pisces North Node. Me. So, my Leo kind of goes out the window. I mean, it's there, but it's not what I focus on. Like I know I'm a Leo, but I don't resonate unless I gotta be in my Sekhmet energy. Besides that, I want to be my water sign energy, right? Because I'm just as much water sign as I am a fire sign. So I choose to be in my Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy, real, under the radar, real quiet, real, what's going on type energy. And when I have to speak, that's when I'm that Queen of Wands, you see? So it's like, that's when you'll see the Leo side. When you see me doing these messages, this is the Leo in me, the passion. But in my everyday life, I don't resonate with being fiery like that. Why? I let my masculine have all that, and I just be in my femininity. But see, this is what it comes with. A lot of people don't realize, and I was just getting that as a message too. For a lot of you guys who are readers, you are very much truly divine feminines. You truly are. You truly are. But sometimes all these messages that you guys read, the Most High will be testing you throughout. Because sometimes, like I said, energies are, they go back and forth. And you have masculine and feminine within you, and so does your person. So sometimes you guys get thrown tests in these readings because the Most High knows you're watching, because he knows you want clarity. So he's going to give it to you. But sometimes there comes a point in y'all's journey where you're like, damn, am I the divine masculine? Or am I the divine feminine? You know? And for those of you guys who are coming into that energy, you need to know that you are both, just like he is both, right? And I say that because you have the power to switch off. You have the power to use whichever one you need to use at any given moment, because you know that. And that's also another way to restore So like a lot of these readings too, like the Most High will have people confused. That's why you got to know that you understand. So sometimes when I'm coming out in the readings, I'll come out as the divine masculine, only because what is that? Only because only because of the business aspect of it, the changes that I'm trying to bring about, the talking, the visionary part of it, the go-getter aspect of it. Puts me in the divine masculine energy, right? Because we all know divine feminines are, receptive. They receive, they birth, they create, and you can't receive and, give at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So, divine feminines, you guys are who you are. But when you have these platforms and you are business women, yes, you do become that Aries energy, that boss, that baby boss, as we know Astro Queen talks about. That's who y'all become. That is not yours, baby bosses. Aries energy, divine masculine energy. That's who you guys are because you gotta be. Not saying the boss can't be, that's not what I'm saying, but going by traditional tarot, the emperor, divine masculine, is the go-getter, the one that takes the action. Divine feminine, the empress, is the one who creates and births new life, right? Okay. So it's really, really hard to birth and create new life while you're running around. Think about it. Y'all going into labor, you running around? You running around doing stuff? Nah, you running to that hospital and having that baby, right? Okay, so just make it make sense for yourself, right? But, don't worry, don't be confused. Give me that, please. Give me that. It's not yours. Give it to me. So yeah, do what y'all gotta do. That was just some tips to help you get through some of what could be confusing, because I feel like that's what's coming up next is people not knowing or feeling confused about if they're divine feminine, if they're divine masculine. Now, you have to switch off. You gotta be who you gotta be. Times aren't always gonna call for you to take action, right? So when you're not taking action, what are you doing? You're sitting back, you're receiving information from your spirit guides, your ancestors, your team. So then when it's time, you get the download you need. It's time to what? Get in that divine masculine energy, take action. Divine masculine has to do the same thing. Divine masculine gotta be guided to take action, but the guidance only comes when you take a step back, right? Then you take action. So it's truly not a it's truly not a man and woman thing. It's really a masculine and feminine energy thing. And we both have both within us. And our job at all times is to master ourselves, masculine and feminine within. And so you see why divine feminines and divine masculines, sometimes it's so hard. That's why healing is at the forefront of our journey, because we don't know what another person got going on. There are a lot of experiences that I've gone through that I can look at now that I have to be extremely grateful and understanding of how my person was through that time for me. Right? Because for someone who doesn't know what the hell is going on with someone to be dealing with all the stuff that I was dealing with, okay, that took a lot, right? And he had to be balanced to be able to help me to regain balance. And so it's the same on both ends. This is why we're here for each other, okay? Because it doesn't matter what the past has held or what the future holds. In the moment when twins are going through things, your other half is the only half that can get what I'm saying. There is no other half of you. You don't have another soul somewhere else. Like you are, it is what it is. And maybe it's hard because a lot of us don't understand it and we're still trying to question it. But I feel like for in those situations, I just feel like there has to come a point in time where we have to just surrender to the fact that we just are who we are. Oh, why is my life connected to another person? Or why do I have to do this? Or why do I have to care? Or think of all the perks that come with that. God says, treat your neighbor, blah, 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 right? God says, love everyone as you love yourself. God says, don't da 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 da, all these things that God says. And it's like, okay, you just by following that is like you being obedient. So it's, I don't know. It is a lot. It is a lot, you know. It is a heavy job or spiritual job, or it's heavy to know this. It is, because it means that we are always looking out for someone else. Always. We are always called to look out for someone else. And that's the beautiful part of it all, if you think about it. How you feeling? Okay. I see. I'm pretty much ready. Alrighty, y'all. So I'm about to get out of here. I heard. So I am about to get out of here, y'all. Going back to the home ski. And thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm going to keep y'all in the loop as far as all the changes that are going on right now when it comes to the things that I'm doing. Like I said before, with this court stuff and this justice stuff and all this weird stuff. Y'all be careful out here with, I know a lot of y'all can't change the things that have happened, but I want to let you know that you're not the only one that's gone through it. And there's people out here that are going through it, or hopefully your stories will stop someone else from going through it. We've all had people that we thought were for us. We've all had people that we thought loved us or we thought were our friends. And, we all probably told someone too much about our lives and regret it now, right? But at the end of the day, we can't live like that. I had friends people that I thought were friends that, posted pictures of me all over Facebook. I had people that I thought were friends of mine running around telling people that I was on drugs, right? I had friends that I thought I had, right? Family that was out here using my social, right? Passing it around to different people, applying for loans, So it's like, hey, I can't change what people do. I don't know they're doing it, right? So just know that, things will get better. Everything is being watched right now. And that's what people don't understand. So if they choose to continue to do these things, then it's just going to get worse for them. So I'm saying the messages for a reason. I'm saying what I'm saying because I mean what I'm saying, So right now, guys, know what you know, mean what you say. Stand your ground. Love y'all.